Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 1v1 on Nesthorn between the green player in the upper left, Maor247 in the classic Osprey going Samson Osprey, very unit focused, and his opponent, Thekhumi, in the bottom right corner, the carbon player in the steampunk Osprey, going with a Nikolai, so more of a movement-based type of pilot, flight efficiency and a little bit of airspeed. So, Osprey versus Osprey on Nesthorn. So, I mean, this has the potential to be either awful or amazing, you know what I mean? Like, because, let's see. Let's take a look at the loadouts. Bertha on both sides is obviously not very surprising on a Nesthorn game. They're opening pretty much the exact same way with a tank on the corner, which is one of the very standard ways of opening. Both of them scouting around just to see if anything funny is happening. Both of them pretty much realize that nothing is happening. Kumi dropping not necessarily a defensive tank down there, but you know, it's sort of the beginning of something potential that could start. And he is actually now putting down his Longhorn over there, and Longhorn is, man, this is like the exact same thing going down by both players right now. And right now, it does look like the Kumi bunkering some creeps. Maor again with the scout. I mean, this is very, very standard going on the corners here, on the little corners of the lanes coming in the mid. And so you have the option of pushing into the forward or into the mid. It's very, very, very standard, very common. But here's the thing. Like, now Maor is moving up. Kumi has not committed himself to doing either or. Now he realizes, okay, Maor is now going for the mid. So if he sort of waits for Maor to put a little bit more of his resources down in there, oh, and Maor actually making some necros. I don't know if he can actually fully take advantage of this. Let's see if he can actually do it. But Kumi, realizing he can make a move, does set it on Y. Maor almost definitely doesn't realize that Kumi's doing this. And Kumi trying to cause a little bit of trouble for Maor by firing at him. And Maor, yeah, definitely does not realize that Kumi's doing this right now. And Maor's actually, okay, now he does see it. Oh no, he's just going to guard? Okay, no, he does realize it is coming, and gonna reposition some of his Longhorn almost definitely. But Kumi has plenty of tanks, a lot more coming in, sets a couple of them in the front, and will he go for the outpost neutralize initially, or will he go for the kill? Does run out of energy, so forced to drop and regen a little bit, sets him on C, so they will kill the units instead of the outpost, and this will be pretty much a decisive victory in terms of this battle for the Kumi. Maor did not set his units on Y or anything like that. So, I mean, this is very, very, I don't know, I don't want to say it's that standard, but like this is kind of the typical game flow of Nesthorn game. I think I just had a game on my channel pretty recently that did something very, very similarly. Oh, well, that was weird. Why did the game hang up like that for a quick second? But either way, yeah, where the one player pushed from this side, and then this player did not push yet. I think that was actually Sanguinius versus Darkblaze. I'm not 100% sure. And the Kumi is kind of in the same position that Sanguinius was in. Oh man, will one of those creeps get killed? No, the Kumi will be able to take that outpost under his control. And Maor going completely defensive here, has not tried to use his units in an aggressive way at all. Pulls back to this forward outpost, and I'm not really sure. Kumi is just going for the kill. He smells blood. He smells victory, and Maor actually going with the counter push. I don't know. I think Kumi, this is probably going to be Kumi's game, setting up a stinger in kind of not a great place where it's going to sort of block his units, but pretty much just to prevent, or at least to try to deny Maor from doing any mech harass or anything like that against his units, and to help him, sort of prevent him from supporting them so much. Supporting the defense, and Maor now has to reallocate his units that he was pushing to this forward back to his fort, and Kumi with plenty of units, lots of damage going down, but Maor has a sufficient amount of units over here to defend against. It does look like Kumi will probably not be able to get the complete kill right now, but he is at a pretty massive advantage. Well, in terms of map control, Maor has a 40 to 23 upkeep advantage, and right now Maor getting everything finished off. Oh, and lots of butchers going down. He might want to necro all these units, but he's not doing that right now. He has lots of butchers coming out, and will probably be able to neutralize his outpost. Kumi actually reallocating his focus, shifting his focus to that middle outpost. And he's gonna try to take, or to hold this outpost as much as he possibly can. I mean, this is not that many units for Maor. And he, let's see, where are all of his units? Are they in his build queue? Man, it's a 26 to 20 now. Okay, a lot of them have been finished off. Kumi will be able to hold here. Will he be able to take the mid? No, he was not able to hold that. And Maor here to support his units, while Kumi coming back to get some bombs. Interesting choice. I don't know if he actually meant to go all the way back to there to get them, but he's actually losing plenty of units himself. It's 14 to 14, and Maor has actually been able to even it out. The upkeep, or Kumi has. I don't even know how to put that honestly, because Kumi has map control. Maor neutralizing this outpost, and Kumi gonna be able to, or gonna be forced to pull back. Oh, he's still going for that forward. Not a good decision. Drops the creeps instead of trying to go for the mid. Yeah, he probably should have dropped them at the mid so he could actually try to take that out under his control. Drop the units he had in Q, and Maor now spamming the Necro is gonna be able to take a lot of Kumi's units from him. And Kumi now going to go for that middle outpost. Needs to grab some creeps. Needs to take this outpost under his control. Well, Maor has a huge army in comparison. However, Kumi will probably be okay. But once again, grabbing those creeps to take... Well, I guess he can just wait for these to get there. But even then... Oh, these are walking past. These are walking past. Kumi needs to... Okay, he saves them with some heal. And he will be able to grab them and take the middle outpost under his control. Clear the rest of the neutral units over here. But Maor now going to start to leapfrog. Okay, he's just pushing. He's just pushing. Needs to move this creep out this bunker. Needs to move the creep out of the bunker. Okay, or just micro his Longhorn paths on the other side. But either way, oh, Kumi now doing a Longhorn drop. Gonna force Maor to react here. And the Longhorn, this Longhorn, oh, is actually in range. So, but Maor is at very low health, so he has to react. He has to put him in blocking position. And Kumi now bringing his Longhorn back. Gonna be able to defend against this, I think, because he has plenty of units. Oh, but there is a grinder over here. And Kumi did not actually reset that to C. Okay, now going to be able to put that down. Kumi has plenty of units and is in defender's position. However, the grinder mixed in, I don't know if that'll be able to make the difference here. It's 41 to 26. Maor's units, I don't know why he didn't push everything. He has a couple over here that didn't push out. I mean, usually most AirMech pushes are all in or nothing, but Kumi's actually doing a ferry over to see if he can actually get this finish. Maor's going to be able to take this, he's going to easily be able to take this, this middle outpost. But the Kumi, will he be able to... Oh, he switched to T, so he will be able... Okay, gosh, now taking the forward. Gonna lose the mid, but he will be able to take the forward. I mean, he needs to grab some creeps for that, though, but they are pretty much always right there since they walk all the way... They pretty much walk to this spot already for you every single creep wave. But yeah, now Kumi dropping that heal Nova. Wow, already at level 7. It's 6 minutes into the game. I guess that's not super surprising. However, it's... Yeah, it is definitely earlier than some games. Now pushing out, not even hesitating. Wow, okay, so, I don't know if he scouted there. Maor had plenty of units defending, but he is really low in health. So I actually do like this push from Kumi. Dropping on the pedestals on the side. Pulling back, though. Will he stop this? Maor did not push out from mid. Okay, he didn't really have much. Oh, no, he did push out from mid. It's very little. Okay, so, I mean, there was, like, nothing on the minimap, so it didn't look like he pushed out. Kumi pushed on T instead of Y, so he's going for the close outpost instead. Or, I mean, the forward. Holy crap, I did not expect that. I thought he was going to go for the kill just considering how low Maor was on health, but now going to grab some creeps to take that forward outpost under his control. However, Maor has leapfrogged over the gap here. He might be able to do a forward push. There is one Longhorn defending for Kumi. Right now, Kumi is going to be able to... Okay, he is going to lose this close outpost, so this is a really strange trade. It wasn't really necessary, but I guess it does give Kumi a better position to fight for the mid, so he can approach from either side, and Maor now is going to be forced to pull back to try to hold the mid, because it's pretty much the only thing he has under his control that's worth it at all anymore. Right now, it does look like Maor will probably be able to hold it right now. However, he's a little bit low on creeps. There's only one left, and Kumi could just fire in. Reallocating those Longhorn, will he be able to neutralize? Yes, he does, and the 4 creeps will walk in. Will they be able to actually stay alive? Okay, middle outpost goes to Kumi. Carbon color, will Maor be able... Okay, he's bringing creeps as if the outpost is still neutral. It's a little bit slow. It's a little bit late. He will not be able to get that outpost neutralized, but will Kumi be able to... Okay, not even be able to. He does have the opportunity to push out right now, but will he? Will he choose to? Maor is now pushing out. Man, this is non-stop movement, and this is the kind of game that I like to see. Maor can be able to easily kill that lone stinger. Which Kumi is using now. Oh my god, I forgot we balanced those. Yeah, they're more viable now, sure. Especially if you socket them. They are pretty crazy in a socket. Definitely more cost efficient than a Seeker in a socket. And Kumi pass. Wow, this is the weirdest passing game in AirMech that I've ever seen, I think. Because on Nesthorn, you can kind of do that. And now Kumi deciding, okay, you're going to push in, and you're definitely going to win that. So he's actually pushing out again on T instead of Y. However, I think if he pushes on Y right now, he could probably win because Maor's health is so low. And his units are actually on Ys. Oh, but will he switch? No, he sets him to hold. I really would like to just try to... I would like to see him try to get the finish here. And Maor actually is pushing out as well. It's not a huge force, but it is probably enough to take the mid because Kumi's units are kind of in weird positions and a little bit spread out. It's 47 to 45. Kumi's a little bit ahead, but not... You know, it's pretty much even at this point. The huge difference in this game right now, Kumi has control of mid. Maor's units, okay, he does decide to push back. So Kumi has control of mid and has a huge fort health advantage. whereas Maor just basically has about as many units as Kumi has at this point. So, and see, yeah, here's the thing. Kumi, I think, can actually end this game pretty much anytime he wants, but instead of going for the Y, he once again goes for the D, which I don't think I've ever seen these kinds of decisions in any kind of AirMech game before. This is definitely much more interesting than any of the other Nesthorn games that I've recently casted, which is 2. So Kumi, you can tell that to Sanguinius if you'd like. But yeah, he probably will be able to get this outpost neutralized. He has a pretty good unit advantage, and okay, not brutes, butchers are actually in that in the outpost bulbs right now. It does go down to neutral, but Maor was able to defend for a pretty long time with that outpost under his control and drop a couple extra units, including these grinders here that are actually ripping up Kumi's units, and now he is at a unit disadvantage, so is now just going kind of for the, I would normally say, desperation drops, but this is pretty strategic at this point since Maor is still really low on health, and Kumi does have that close outpost under his control, so he does easily have that option of pulling back. Oh, was trying to go behind the fort on Nesthorn, but you can't, It does look like it, though, which is actually kind of funny to think about. Like, it's kind of unintuitive that you can't pass there if it looks like you can. They got to put like a mountain behind there or something like that, just so, you know, it's like, you know, obvious. I don't know. I understand that most experienced players would be like, oh, obviously you can't, but honestly, it does look like you can. Either way, kind of on a tangent while nothing is really happening here. Kumi bunkering the creeps at that close outpost, still has that mid. How well is it defended? It's about the same as that last time that Maor pushed and decided to pull back. So, but however, Maor has the grinders in his loadout, and I guess that's probably the huge difference right now between Kumi's loadout and Maor's loadout. Kumi has rollers, which he's finally starting to bring out right now. Oh, but Maor on a T-path. I don't think he needed it because these, right here in this location, I think they're closer to this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the T-path was necessary. Either way, or sorry, the V-path. But yeah, he is now setting them on capture. Oh, but Kumi with the 2 Longhorn drops, that damage sound got me waking up right there, and is just going to try to pour on as much damage as he possibly can. Now firing from an angle, while Maor's units are pushing in, so the grinders will actually tear up these Longhorns pretty well, I think. But however, Kumi is now here. Oh, with the roller going down, a second roller going down to tank all that damage, so the grinders will probably actually take a lot of damage. The double heal Nova going down. Okay, maybe not the double. Okay, now it was Maor's turn, but either way, I think this is going to be Kumi's fight. I think. Man, this is really close. Those grinders are lasting so long. However, Kumi still has the rollers alive and lots of Longhorn firing in. Plenty of them still here, microing them over and over, but Maor still continuing to bring reinforcements because he's that close to his fort, and I do think this will actually be Maor's battle right now with more grinders coming out on the field, and it does look like Kumi will eventually, this will go down to neutral. Kumi slowly pushing back, but he's basically just facing an onslaught of continual reinforcements by Maor. Unfortunately for Kumi, it did look very promising for him at that close, and Maor right now will be able to neutralize this fort outpost. So wow, this game has sort of reset once again, but except once again for the fort health difference between Kumi and Maor, where Kumi basically can just drop to win at this point. However, Maor, you know, and especially in a 1v1 on a map this linear, as long as Maor is very attentive to his minimap, which it seems like he has been, he can pretty much stop Kumi. Stop is probably the wrong word, but, you know, prevent him from doing that much damage. Oh, but Kumi now again with 4 drop. I think this is going to be it. That's very little damage. Oh, but Maor now coming back. So, oh, and Kumi once again, oh, trying to get to that other platform, which was blocked, and now just massing all the stuff right here at the front door, dropping the heal Nova. Grinders pounding away at those Longhorn. Kumi really desperately trying to get this finish, but now once again pulls back, does realize he still has the economic advantage, holding the middle outpost and holding both of his on his side still. Maor still taking a little bit of damage, but Kumi kind of cutting his losses, bringing his Longhorn back now. Oh no, did not. I guess he just lost it. But either way, you know, no push on mid, especially on Nesthorn, is really going to work. I'm not really sure what Maor is planning right now. He might want to try to defeat these Longhorn over here and mass up and push from here, which might be one of his only options at this point, since Kumi has mid defended fairly well, and any push into it, as long as it's responded to properly by Kumi, especially with these rollers leading the way, it's going to be very difficult for Maor to break. He has plenty of grinders, though. Well, I mean, he could potentially have plenty of grinders. He has 5 on the field, according to the unit count at the top. Let's see what the abilities look like. Pretty much exactly what we'd expect. When it comes to the Osprey game, I'm not really going to switch to abilities very often, I guess, is because it's not super necessary. Kumi does have level 1 in cargo, and yeah, etc., etc. But 54 to 41, Maor still has, it's been funny this entire game with the upkeep advantage swinging sort of back and forth between Kumi and Maor, with the hilarious, added hilarious fact that Kumi, the majority of the time, has been behind in upkeep but ahead on map control, holding that mid, so able to keep his advantage and keep that aggression on, and right as the 15-minute mark is about to hit, now converting his moneymakers into bot spawners, and on Nesthorn, that is pretty devastating because they will all pretty much just go down the exact same lane. You can stack them way easier. Maor trying to cheese with some creeps, which is really strange, but yeah, now Kumi gonna just be auto-deploying. I'm assuming he's gonna be auto-deploy socketing these bot spawners. No, he's actually not. Oh, no, yeah, they are. Okay, never mind. I'm very confused. That auto-deploy delay, guys. Yeah, that auto-deploy delay. Either way, does look like this game is finally settling down. And does look like Kumi will be able to eventually get this win. I think it's still crazy because he has the upkeep. He doesn't have the upkeep advantage, but he just has the map control advantage. Maor still not pushing, still not leapfrogging to this other side of the gap, which I mean, that's a very common move at this point. And it might be one of the only chances that he has to take this game back. Kumi chasing him around, trying to get him killed in the air. It wouldn't really matter at this point, except maybe Kumi would get maybe 1 or 2 unit snipes during that respawn time. But yeah, Maor does not want to, start putting his units basically in the only option on position right now. However, one move that I'd like to point out that while, Kumi's doing a couple drops right now is pushing down this lane, and a lot of people jump gap to here. It's a little bit harder with this prop in the way on this side. Oh, but Kumi is going to be able to get the finish here, finally with that triple Longhorn drop. But let me move the map and talk about that move that I was about to... Oh. Nope, both players are dead. Okay, either way, I'm not going to show you now, guys, because I can't. But either way, great job by the Kumi. Using a lot of early game aggression, going from Y to T to T to T to T, the T to T to T to Y to drop to drop. It was it was very entertaining. Either way. But Maor, great game as well. His pathing also was crazy. His decisions were also awesome to see. The unit-specific pilot versus the movement-specific pilot, it kind of evened out to the same type of game. That type of thing, you kind of only really see the difference when it's like a Lexi, you know what I mean? Or like a Raven, maybe when the speed really, really kicks in, you could really, really see it. But in a 1v1, it'll never really be a huge, drastic difference. But either way, what a mind-boggling game that was. Like, all normal AirMech logic just thrown out the window. And why not just put your units on T over and over again? Just T. Capture. I encourage you guys to play like this. Seriously, like I know it's nice to win, but it's also really nice to do unique, crazy stuff and just see this kind of nonsense happen. Like if you're on Crater and maybe the obvious thing is to push to Y, just push on T instead. Just do it. Just do it. Just do a Kumi and a Maor. I think they both did that kind of thing at one point in this game or the other. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, very, very, very interesting. All right, guys, check my video description. Plenty of AirMech casters in the AirMech casting pool. If you submit a replay, it goes to all of them, and they all can benefit from your contributions, not just me. I do not want to be the only one that is pretty much kind of, I guess you can kind of argue that's taking advantage of, the community. I don't even know, but you guys just need to share your replays. If you want to try your hand at casting, it is fun. It is easy to do. I can try to help you as much as I possibly can within normal human limits, talking on Steam or over AirMech Mail or whatnot. But yeah, guys, everyone has, almost everyone has video recording capable computers and all that stuff, and uploading to YouTube is free. All right, guys. So, show your interest in this community, show your support, submit replays, start to cast some games, or leave comments in all these guys' video descriptions or videos and subscribe to them. It's definitely worth it. All right, guys. This is areyouwhy, and that is game. See you next time.